Hey, and welcome everybody. Happy New Year. And I know everybody must have had a really great holiday and New Year. And I know that everybody's making resolutions for 2016. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. The big things that we wanted to talk about today are some of the new things coming out of POI. And how that might affect you. So we're going to be taking a look at our new mobile app. If you haven't seen this is available on the iPad today, so you can actually check that out. We got some cool stuff coming with regards to that app, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that. We're going to talk about FBN Shop. That is something that we started releasing towards the end of last year, towards the end of 2015 with regards to e-commerce. We'll talk about what's going on there. And then we'll talk a little bit about some of the medical stuff that we're doing with regards to things like review of systems. So we'll be taking a look at that inside of the EMR engine towards the end. So I wanted to start with the actual app. So you'll notice this is actually on the App Store. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys how that looks on the App Store. But let me go back there. So I'll show you guys what that looks like, what this looks like on the App Store. But here we go. So see here on the App Store, you can actually go to the App Store today. It's totally free, and you can download it, and it works 100%. When you download the app, the important thing to remember is that the top section here is your EMR, is your EHR. So this is going to be where you can go in and take a look at your schedule. You can do your documentation. You can go through your tasks for the day. And then, of course, you can go to your claims workbench. We're going to be dividing these things up a little bit because I know that there are already some requests coming out from users who are who started using this, who want some reporting functionality on the iPad device. So we're going to be implementing some of that as well. But also what's on here is the FBN Shop, the Feel Better Now shop. This is our e-commerce platform where you can set up your custom storefronts for your practices. And so this is one of the big things I know that our coaches are going to be talking about with their clients. And when we're talking with our clients, one of the big things that we want to go over is really how simple it is to set up a shop today. So when I go into the app, for example, or if I go to the website, really all I'm doing is setting up my account. It's this simple, one form. And then when I'm done with my registration, all I do is I add my logo, my phone number, and maybe a shop description. And the simplest thing that shop owners are doing and practice owners are doing is simply adding that link to their website. So at the top of your page where you have your about, your contact, what services you provide, you simply add a link that says, store or, whatever you want it to say, marketplace, market. And that's where you can have all of your e-commerce. The major benefit of having your e-commerce, your product sales, your point of sale done through e-commerce is that you're no longer having to manage your inventory manually. So you're no longer having to keep that inventory in the office, and you can set up patients on recurring subscriptions so that instead of, for example, if you offer a shake, something like this for detox, instead of telling a patient, all right, when you come in, you'll get some more of this and I keep some of it in the office. Oh no, I ran out. I'll have to order more. The next time you come in, I'll have it for you. And then they have to go a week or they have to go a few days or however long without that thing that you have decided is critical to their care. You can set this up on a recurring subscription and it'll get delivered right to their door. So now you don't even have to worry about keeping stock in the office. You might want to keep some there for your initial visits. So for the patients that first come in, you might want to start them off by giving them something from the office. But once it comes from the office the first time, the last thing you really want to be doing is having to resell that patient on something that you've already convinced them that they need and that you've agreed with them that they need. And so this allows you to set them up on that recurring subscription and get them going. And that'll cover just about anything. We have people coming to us saying, well, what about this product or that product? If there are products that you don't see in the store, that you would like to see in the store, you just let us know, and we'll get them put on there. It's just a matter of going to distributors and and getting those items. So when we go to FBN Shop, and I just want to walk through what this looks like with you guys. When you go to FBNshop.com, this is where you go to sign up. You'll notice we have a almost 4-minute video on how the actual store works. And that one's going to walk you through the entire thing. So again, it's that simple. It's a really simple process. It's going to walk you through not only how to customize your store. Again, you're really just customizing logo, banner, maybe a description and your phone number. But there are other subtle things that you might want to be able to do, like look at your sales statistics, know how well things are going, and also you might not want to be selling certain items in your office that are offered. So you might want to go through the total product list and select which items you want to be selling, which items you don't want to be selling. So keep in mind, it's really, really that simple. When I go to set up my shop, again, just like I showed you on the iPad, the registration is really this simple. So that's really FBN Shop. For people who want to see a demo of what the shop will look like, that's going to be that shop.vericle.com. It's actually linked right from the FBNshop.com website. This is going to show them what their store will look like. It'll give them featured products, top rated products, and on sale products. Everything will be rated for the practice. So you'll have categories of products as well. So again, keep in mind, we've got hundreds of products in here already. But if there's anything here that you find that you need that isn't here, just let us know and we'll get it added. So as we go through here, you'll notice that we have these categories set up already for you guys. And then, of course, when your patients sign up for products, you can either do that with them or have them do it from home or however you want to do it. But you can set them up for subscriptions so that those products are automatically delivered to their home once a month. And it's really hands-off for you and for the patient. And so they get the things that they need without the hassle of on the practice of having to maintain that inventory. With the app itself, so I recommend this to just about anyone who is using our technology, whether it's through BestBT, Genesis, medically integrated app, LCS, whatever you're using this for. The real benefit here is that when I am able to truly use an iPad, one of the biggest concerns that we get from people is, I want to use my iPad, but the browser version of it is really difficult to use because it's not consistent. The browser crashes all the time, and it's really frustrating. And so what I say is, well, in that case, let's take a look at the app. Let's see how stable it is for you guys, because this is something that's already live. It's in use. And again, it's going to have similar functionality to what you're going to see in the system. And you're going to be able to do things like go through and work your task workbench. That's actually what I brought up here. So here's an example of a task workbench. And so you can actually manipulate this just like you would manipulate Vericle. And it works just the same, and you're able to make all the changes you want. And of course, if you want to go to a different section, just go back to your menu and you can pull up a calendar, and you'll have all that functionality built in. But again, it's built to be stable. So you're not having to worry about Safari or some other browser not working for you. The other thing that's coming soon, and I'm just going to put it here, the other thing that's coming soon is called Core Coach, or Core. This is actually something that's in development, so I'm not going to go into too much detail because we're still working on it. But it is a HIPAA-compliant social media platform, simply put. So the problem that we're trying to solve is that a lot of groups, research groups, a lot of healthcare groups are trying to communicate with each other. So reviewing x-rays, reviewing reports on patients, and they're constantly feeling like they have to be really careful about what they talk about and what they cover in those groups, even though they're private, because it's Facebook, and Facebook is not HIPAA compliant by any stretch. It's a social platform for, you know, people, not necessarily healthcare professionals. And so what we're doing, and we're going to be launching it soon, it's almost done, but what we're doing is actually putting together a HIPAA compliant way for you to log in. You'll sign up with your Facebook, your Twitter, Google Plus account. You can do it automatically. And you'll be able to create private groups for your practice so that you can instant message inside the practice from your iPad or iPhone. You'll be able to post events and do all that stuff from within there. And you'll also be able to set up groups for research, you know, vendors, anything like that, so that as a research group, for example, if you do a certain technique or something like that, you can exchange and look at x-rays together and make very specific comments about those x-rays from a consulting standpoint, because you're all clinicians, as opposed to doing so on an open platform that's not secure. The last thing that I will go over with you guys today is one of the coolest things that's coming out soon is actually going to be a full initial intake exam for integrated practices. So this is going to be a way for integrated practices to do their review of systems. You know, you're going to have things like your within outside normal limits. You're going to have your neurological, your physical examination, your objective tests, everything from balance, cervical, upper extremity, lower extremity, lumbar. I mean, you're going to have a full breakdown here of just how a patient's exam should be done in a way that's structured, and in a version 2 will allow a narrative to be built directly from that report. So you're actually going to have the PDF report, which will populate only what you select. And then of course, you'll also have a narrative built out from that exam. So if you've got integrated practices, you know, you'll have something really cool there. So that's it. I mean, it's been a really busy holiday month. You know, we've got a lot coming down the pipeline here, and you know, if you're a coach, hopefully this helps you. You're talking to your clients. They're, you know, if you're a practice owner and you're struggling with point of sale, you're trying to make a profit on it. You're trying to make a better margin. Our margins are guaranteed higher because we buy at higher volume, because so many more. So much higher volume of products are bought. So you're going to get a better margin on your products. You're going to get better repeat sales on products, because you're going to set up subscriptions for your patients. And of course, you're going to save on overhead. So it's a win-win. The shops are free. They cost nothing. And the app costs nothing. And the social media platform will most likely cost nothing. It really just depends on, from a HIPAA compliance standpoint, you know, what the costs are going to look like there. So, but bottom line right now, everything's free. So definitely recommend it to your practices. We definitely looking for feedback, definitely looking to hear what you guys think about it. And as we head into 2016, we're going to be doing demos of this. We're going to be doing videos of this. We're going to be bringing this stuff to the FCA, to Parker, to you know, the AMA, APA, all the conferences. So we're excited to start showing this everywhere, and looking forward to lots of great feedback. So to a really great 2016, and take care.